How you doing, folks? It's Nameless. I know, it's been a while. And, actually, it's been, when did I put up my last video? Yeah, just over a year ago when I did a little rant on the state of the gaming industry at that time, at around ASN 2013. Now, this little audio vlog, as you could call it, is sort of an extension of that. Now, before I get to it, I'm going to fill you in on what I've been doing the past year. As you remembered me telling you from ASN 2013, that I'm doing a little project I've been doing at the time. Now, the good news here is I have made unbelievable progress with it. I have completed the book. I did some tests. I did streamline a bit, and I want to do some tests later on this year. But for the most part, it's playable. Now, I also have an artist that I'm working with, a team of artists, in fact. It goes by the title KR Studio 21, and he's over on Facebook. So big shout out to Kenneth Ray if you're listening to this. And me and him been working together on this little project. And I'm not going to tell you the full details to it. That's sort of confidential. But I'm going to put it to you this way. I'm also getting a website together as well, which I'm hoping that's if my internet ever stops being spotty. And if you're living in the Chicago area right as of this video, the internet's pretty spotty. It's been that way since that big storm we've had a few days ago. And here in Chicago, despite the fact we've had a nice summer, it's been pretty muggy. It's been disgusting. It's like, as you can probably hear, I have the air on in my room, so yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Sorry, I had to take a drink. So the good news is Ronin is pretty much on track, and hopefully I'll get the Kickstarter ready before the end of the year. Also, what I did was I just came back from Wizard World, where saw a lot of good people. I saw Brad Jones for the third time. I saw him earlier in the year in C2E2 and Anime Midwest. In fact, I also talked to the Spoony One's girlfriend, April Von Law. I met her at Midwest, and I pitched Ronin to her. She seems to like it. She got a good first impression. Gave her my card and everything, and she's actually the one that said that I should get things together on a website, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'll pitch it to the right people, because if some of you probably have heard, the Spoony One, who was a former resident of Arizona, has moved into Aurora, which happens to be the same town I live in. So hopefully I get this stuff done, get his attention, because I would want to hear his input on how I'm doing with the game so far, and have him give him a few pointers, etc. And if he likes it, have him promote the game. So things are going pretty good at that respect. And also, at Wizard World, I met Jason David Frank, otherwise known as Tommy the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, the Red Turbo Ranger, Red Zeo Ranger, Black Dino Ranger, you name it. And I met him over at Wizard World. He's a really good guy. I got his autograph, got his picture, and also did a little something special, because I challenged a few people to the Ice Bucket Challenge, which I did earlier this week. I was challenged by an old friend of mine from high school, and I challenged a few of my old friends as well. One of them responded, and the rest hasn't yet. So what I did was I decided to have Jason David Frank give a couple words of encouragement. It's on my Facebook, by the way. And like I said, usually I don't add people. I only add personal friends of mine onto my Facebook only. So I had a really good time over at them. He went to his Q&A. So I liked Wizard World this year. I had a great time. It was expensive as hell, though, but like I said, worth every penny, despite the fact I got bills to pay. But anyway, so things here in Nameless Land is going pretty good, staying positive. I feel pretty good, despite a few. Of course, there's a couple things that that didn't go as I planned, but you know what? Sometimes fate thinks you deserve better, and hopefully, a couple that those aspects. Right now, I'm kind of working on it. So things are going good in the past year, and like I said, I'm feeling great. So now that we got that out of the way, I want to get to why I'm posting this little audio vlog. For those of you who haven't been following game industry news, there are three certain people right now in the gaming industry that is really giving me a too Excedrin headache, okay? They're basically, to me, it's like arsenic in the industry's bloodstream, alright? Now, the first on my list is someone by the name of Zoe Quinn. Now, if you don't know who Zoe Quinn is, she did a game called Depression Quest, which is a text-based adventure, like in the vein of the adventures from back in the 80s. Now, hold on a second. Let me take a drink. Sorry, because like I said, this is going to be a long-winded one. Now, where was I? Okay, Depression Quest. Like I said, text-based adventure, and well, it did get some. Well, the thing is, it got decent reviews, and it managed to get on Steam. But, and like I said, I talked to a friend of mine who's also a. I'm not going to say her name, but she's a game. She's sort of a low-level game journalist. Good person, by the way. And she says that she understands the whole point, but like I said, she thinks the game does not deserve to be on Steam, and I totally agree with that statement. But what happened was, to promote her, basically what she did, to me, was very unethical. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not slut-shaming Zoe Quinn here, okay? Listen, what she does in her personal business, I don't give a damn, okay? She can do whatever she wants in her private life. No, I'm not going to judge her. However, what I will judge her on is her lack of professional ethics, okay? Now, the thing about Zoe Quinn is, apparently she slept, well, apparently, someone posted a week ago on something called the Zoe Post, right? It was Zoe Quinn's ex-boyfriend. His name is Aaron, spelled E-R-O-N, not A-A-R-O-N, like I am, like how my name is spelled. But this guy, had a relationship with Zoe Quinn, and what happened was, behind his back, he slept with 5 guys. Now, again, like I said, I'm not slut-shaming, but these 5 guys were gaming journalists. One amongst which is Nathan Grayson, who, in my opinion, is a detestable cad. I mean, I've read some of his articles, and let me tell you, I get nauseous. I mean, his whole self-important bullshit it's just a turnoff. It's like I said, it's the problem with gaming journalism, in my opinion. I mean, it's like they have no morals. I mean, they're phonies, okay? They like to perpetrate themselves as gamers, as so-called gamers, but in reality, all they are is just morons with journalist degrees. I mean, I think one of them has like a master's, right? Well, I think one of them does, but still. And another guy she slept with happens to be her boss. And not only that, that same guy, he was married. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, you made a guy tarnish your wedding ring just so he can get favor in the industry? What is your damage, Miss Quinn? Seriously. But I'll elaborate more on that later. I'll get to you because right now, because I'm going to name 2 people off, and because not only this is a rant, but this is more of an open letter to these three, and to anyone like that. Okay? The second person I got a problem with right now in the gaming industry is a guy named Phil Fish. You probably must have heard about this guy. He did a game called Fez, okay? Which I heard was pretty decent, even though there was some, despite his all the self-righteous writing, self-righteous hipsters and all that garbage like that, but it was a pretty decent game from what people tell me. Now, he was working on Fez 2, and apparently Marcus Beer, also known as the annoying, the annoyed gamer or whatever? I don't know. I'm gonna have to check his Twitter, because I recently followed him on Twitter, and I think he's an honest guy. That's if you're listening to this. So props to you. He basically called out Phil Fish, pretty much said that he's a self-righteous hipster, and I would like to add, I pretty much agree with that statement. I mean, listen. Well, I'll stick around that in a minute, but basically what happened was Phil Fish took offense to it, and he said, "Okay, I'm canceling Fez 2. You're not good enough." Basically slammed gamers for something that Marcus Beer said. I'm like, really? Listen. In the gaming industry, that's a no-no. Okay? In any industry, in entertainment, that is a no-no. Slamming your clientele. All right? You don't do that. All right? But like I said, I'll further elaborate with that on my open leather segment. But recently he was doxxed or something, apparently, because this anonymous attacked Phil Fish and doxed him, everything is personal information, etc. But of course there are some allegations that the whole thing was sort of a false flag. He staged the whole thing himself, and as a result, he's putting his entire IP up for sale. I say, you know what? Good he did that. I mean, the guy was starting to become annoying, and of course he says for those of you who want to be a game designer, don't give up on your dreams. It's not worth the bullshit. Blah da 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 da. And like I said, even I do not agree with that statement. But like I said, I will elaborate further later on, because right now I'm setting it up. I'm setting things up here. Okay. And problem number 3, and this is a big one, and I think most of you probably have heard about this. Anita Sarkeesian. Jesus Christ. I mean, where do I begin with this woman? Alright? First off, I mean, she basically comes out and basically says, the video game industry, has done a lot of things, sexist, etc., etc. He's got this thing called feminist frequency. He's doing it, and did a Kickstarter to fund a little project called Tropes versus Women. Now, a couple people of 4chan pretty much came out and insulted her. Now, I agree, some of them could be legit, and like I said, for those of you who do that, seriously, stop, okay? You don't give someone that much ammo. And I think some of those have been falsified, but there's no proof of that for sure. Excuse me, let me take another drink. And because of that, from her initial, what is it, about $1,000, $2,000 or so dollars she's asked, she got about, I don't know, it was around about $180 something thousand, right? It was well into the 6 figures, and apparently and naturally the game journalists have rushed her defense and basically say, oh, she's right. There's sex. We'd be changing. Blah da 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 da. Even Angry Joe, and don't get me wrong, I like Angry Joe. I think he's one of the most legit guys around right now. So if you're listening to this, like I said, I'm not trying to piss on you either, but I do have to say this. He did defend Anita Sarkeesian, And I've got to say, I think you're way off base, my man. And the reason is this. There's been some evidence that over the last few years that has came up that Anita Sarkeesian was basically, she basically, when she came up here, she basically said, well, I'm a gamer and blah, 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 blah. She posted a picture of her young self playing games, allegedly. We don't know if that's a false photo or not. There's no evidence confirming nor denying it, so I'm not going to make a judgment here. But what I will make a judgment on is a video, and I'll probably link this in the video description. That she was actually having a lecture over in Berkeley or something. But this is before she launched her Tropes vs. Women campaign and Feminist Frequency. That yeah, she is doing video games and she is not a gamer, even though she's and basically says, I'm a little interested in, but like I said, it chopped people's heads off, etc., etc., etc. Basically, it pretty much says that she's not a gamer. Okay, not even in a casual sense. I mean, that kind of behavior, that phony behavior, I do not abide by, and I think most of them that defend Anita Sarkeesian, their heart's in the right place. Don't get me wrong, but they don't have all the facts, and they're believing in bullshit. This mob mentality. I mean, you're gamers. You're supposed to be better than this shit. Seriously. Don't follow this. Don't try to enable her, okay? In fact, I think she has an ulterior motive to the industry. I mean, and we're starting to see that, okay? Because by Anita Sarkeesian's suggestion, she went up to EA. And, the ones, because they're doing Mirror's Edge 2. And I think Mirror's Edge was a good game. They're going to do Mirror's Edge 2, and what she's requesting is that they make the controls simpler for women to play Mirror's Edge 2. Listen, any gamer will tell you this. Well, any gamer, especially an old schooler such as myself. We do not want anything dumbed down just to make things easier, etc. Part of the fun of playing games is we love the challenge. Sure, we rage and throw controllers, etc., but that's half the thing. I mean, you gotta use your head when you play these games, alright? I mean, back in the day, that's what you had to do when you play some, like, from the regular Nintendo. You go play some regular Nintendo game, like Castlevania. Or better yet, Ghosts and Goblins. That shit's tough as a T-Rex's shit. With apologies to the AVGN. And, I'll tell you this right now. Do not, and Anita Sarkeesian going up saying, hey, you have to dumb this down, we gotta get these people to play this, and blah, 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 blah. Listen. Since when did she get credentials to get an input on game development? Jesus fucking Christ. Did you put in any work? Well, I'll get around to her in a minute, as we speak right now, I want to talk about the industry overall. Right now, the industry right now is booming, okay? Right now we're at $100 billion. We built that over the course of 30 plus years, alright? 30 plus years! The film industry didn't do that. Took a lot longer for that, okay? But still, hold on, another drink. I'm sorry, because like I said, because my voice tends to get hoarse, but still, 30 years we spent putting the gaming industry into this juggernaut that it is today. And now we're being threatened from all sides. And if we let this shit unchecked, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. we're going to end up like the music and movie industry, okay? Because right now, these two industries, it's a creative wasteland full of cronyism and just flat out it's a good old boy network, political contributions, we're buying centers, and blah da 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 da. Politicians are holding their fundraisers there, etc. It's become sort of a it sort of became cliquish, and I think that's one of the big reasons why I never got a shot in the gaming industry to begin with. Now, like I said, I'm willing to put in the work, no doubt, but it's also about if someone is willing to give you an opportunity. And unfortunately, you don't find that much in the gaming industry like you used to. But I do think that it is a big problem in the industry, and we have to nip it in the butt today. Okay? I've read the what's his face, the Internet Aristocrat. He pretty much is saying the same thing I'm thinking. If we want the gaming industry to keep on thriving, we have to get these kind of situations under control. I mean, because if we don't, it's going to bite us in the ass. These phonies and thieves are gonna rape this industry dry until it's nothing but an empty shell. Okay? So that's very important. Now, on a final note, and this part is sort of an open letter to those three that I've talked about, okay? And yeah, I might be going on. I might be posting it on my Twitter and tagging them, and pretty much, and like I said, it's up to them whether they want to respond. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not trying to troll. If you're listening to this right now over on thing, I mean, yes, I have launched some harsh criticisms towards you, but I don't want you to take this as a troll hit piece, okay? The reason I want to do this open letter is because I want to give you a suggestion, because, like I said, right now, you three to me are a pariah in the gaming industry, but that doesn't mean you can't unfuck yourself, okay? Because believe me, I believe everyone has an opportunity to redeem themselves. And for each of you, I'm going to tell you how you can do this. My first to Zoe Quinn. Right now, I really think you have done something extremely unethical, okay? In my book, it is very unethical. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think, whatever you do in your private business, it's your business, okay? But if you really want to succeed in this industry, going around, palling around, sleeping around, that is not one way to do that. It gets you no respect for people like me, alright? But what you need to do is, you need to start working more on your craft, okay? You need to take more for your depression quest. I think you have a basis of what you're doing, but what you need to do is you need to act on that. Like, you need to do it in sort of a positive manner, okay? Like I said, I mean and also you also need to stop screwing up game jams too, because yes, I've read about that, and like I said, and you're saying that if women want to get into this, we'll fund you, blah da 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 da. But of course, unfortunately, you stepped on it for your own game jam, and like I said, that doesn't get you respect either. But still, I'm going to tell you how you should get respect. I'm telling you how to get it. Let's put it that way. You need to like I said, you need to focus on doing positive things. You know, turn your depression quest into something bigger. You know, put some work with it. Talk to some people. I know you have some people that will do some work. That you do some work for you. They might expect a little payment, maybe. Like I said, you could probably do that. I'm sure there's like artists, musicians, etc. Turn depression quest or something of an offshoot of that into something a lot bigger. Something that shows you have some effort. You know, use some game design, use some great game design techniques, something innovative, and like I said, you build off that. And if you want to get your name out there, like I said, don't go going around palling around and getting into these relationships with journalists, especially ones that are married. I mean, what's the matter with you there, dear? You can't be doing that. And like I said, so that's what you need to do. Okay? You need to be more you need to let your craft do the talking. Don't try to use your charms, all right? I mean, it's okay to use your charms, but do it in a more professional type deal, okay? There's a saying that's true in the workplace. You don't shit where you eat, all right? You gotta have, it's that respect, you know? It's a respect thing. You trust me. It will get you somewhere in the long run, okay? Now to Phil Fish, where do I start with you? You're putting yourself out there, but you're doing it in the wrong way. You're putting yourself, and people, they think, as I do, you are a self-important jackass. Okay? That's just me being honest. Okay? You're putting yourself off as some self-serving, self-righteous hipster jackass who basically thinks he's first and fuck everybody else, etc. Like I said, you committed a very cardinal sin in the entertainment industry. You do not, and I repeat, do not insult the people that buy your games, okay? As much as we like to say, yeah, we're egotistical, okay? We love our babies, etc. It gives you that ego, you know? I'm not immune to it too. I'm very proud of Ronin. I think it's a pretty good game so far, pretty decent what I've set up. But one thing that is important: you do not offend the people that pay your bills, okay? The ones that buy your shit, okay? In fact, what you need to do is you need to go out and meet with them, you know? You need to be thankful for these people. I mean, you may not agree with some of their sentiments, but listen, there's one rule you don't do. You don't insult your fan base, okay? Now listen, you can, and another thing, and this is what really pissed me off. You in your final thoughts on your Twitter, you're saying don't go into the gaming industry, give up on your dreams, etc., etc. What's the matter with you, man? That is a defeatist. Not only you're being self-righteous, but you're also being a defeatist. Listen, man. If you want to succeed in the industry, you need to stay on a positive footing. All right. You need to understand. Sure, Marcus Beer attacked you. Big deal. All right. What you need to do is you need to take lessons from that and keep going. Like I said, one of my favorite quotes is from one of the Rocky movies. It's not how hard you get hit. It's how hard you take the hit and then you keep going. And that's what you need to do, Phil Fish. You can't be, and all this, like I said, you need to stop being self-righteous. Listen, go out and meet your fans. I mean, give you an example. The guy, the Green Ranger, like I said earlier, I met the Green Ranger, Jason David Frank, and he gave a very, very, very good example of what I'm talking about over in his Q&A. That people were coming out and they're like saying, he thought no one's coming out to see him, blah 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 blah. This was earlier on, but he gets a following, right? And all of a sudden he's like he's shocked by how much of a turnout people are coming to see him. And he came out, and in fact he does conventions and stuff like that, like Power Morphicon, Wizard World, etc. He does this for little to no charge whatsoever. And you know why he does this? And I've heard him say this is pretty much ad nauseum. He does it for his fans and for the people that come out and and they looked up to him over the years from his work in Power Rangers. I mean, he's a very inspirational person. I mean, that series My Morphin Life, I'll also put this link in the video description. You should check it out. It's very inspirational, and like I said, he's pretty much the real deal. He's a great role model, very inspirational person, and like I said, I was very honored and blessed to meet him yesterday at Wizard World. So, but Phil, you need to take that as an example. You need to come out and you need to feed off that positive energy. People thought your game was good. Good. Build on that. Thank your fans, saying thank you for doing this. I mean, guy Notch, who does Minecraft. I mean, like I said, he's a very good guy himself. I mean, he comes out here, he thanks people for doing his stuff. Believe me, if you treat your fans well, they'll look out for you and treat you back, act the same way too. Don't go out and insult them, okay? That's just a big no-no, okay? And don't tell people that they should give up on their dreams. That is no way to build the industry. You need you need to build people up, you know? Don't try to tear them down and try to discourage people. That's just some negative BS, all right? So, Phil Fish, you need to get off that shit, okay? Because no one's gonna respect you if you do that crap, all right? And lastly, Anita Sarkeesian. Whoa, where do I start with you? Now, I think it's time for you to put your money where your mouth is Miss Sarkeesian. Really. Because after the stuff I found out about you, it disgusts me. I'm not trying to insult you or anything. I'm being honest. As a gamer, as an artist, it disgusts me. Okay? You come into this industry and then you're saying, well, you people don't deserve to have this because you're nothing but a bunch of sexist pigs. I'm like, say what? I mean, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you say that crap to me, I don't care who you are, man, woman, or goat, I will slap the shit out of you. Okay? That's on the real. A general principle. But Miss Sarkeesian, even you can unfuck yourself here. You know what you need to do? Is instead of trying to tell game developers what they should do or cozying up to game journalists to promote your bullshit, what you need to do, if you believe that women should be in video games, etc., and have more positive and have more roles in there, I would say it's time for you to take a more positive approach to it. You see the whole theme around here? You guys focus on negativity. You need to be positive and promote shit, you know? Be proactive. What you need to do is find some female game designers. And I'm not just saying any female game designers, okay? I'm saying real good female game designers, okay? People that have a passion for their craft, that can put together some good stuff. Anyone in the industry could be the designer, could be the programmer, could be the music. There's a couple people in the gaming industry that I think does some really good music. I mean, hold on, let me look it up here. Let me see here. I'm trying to find the one who did the music for Mega Man X2, because it was a female composer. I'm trying to look her up here. Oh God! And you have to bear with me, because at this point my internet's very spotty right now. So let me look her up here. Where's the music? Where's the music? Where's the music? Of course, I have to do a search. Yeah, this is going to take a while, so. Okay, the score was composed mostly by Yuki Iwai. And that is a female. And she did the music for Mega Man X2, and it's a really good score. And another person who did the score for did a couple score for the Parasite Eve games. Like I said, their names don't come to mind, but I have to look up their composers. But I know for a fact they're female. Okay, the one who did the score was Yoko. Who is it? Oh, damn it! Her name was Yoko Shimamura. And she's a game composer out of Japan, and she did. And I'm going over her Wikipedia page here, and been in the industry since '88. She did. She had a minor work at Final Fight. She did some composition over for Street Fighter. Did a lot of good stuff for Capcom. What else she did? Did some stuff for SNK. But like I said, her magnum opus, in my opinion, was the Parasite Eve from around 1998. Yeah, and her score is fantastic. And she also did some stuff for Kingdom Hearts. That's another thing. And she's doing that. She's also doing Kingdom Hearts 3, and she's being the composer for Final Fantasy 15, which is coming, I believe, either this next year or the year after that. Okay, she's a great composer. Now, Ms. Sarkeesian, this is my challenge to you. I want you to find female game designers that are visionaries, that have a passion for what they do. Okay, you need to stop this negativity and trying to force game designers to do the content you want. Okay. Unless you have some game designing credentials, you have absolutely no right to be doing that. Okay? So that's my challenge to you, Ms. Sarkeesian. Go out there and get some positive going. And if you do that, you will not only gain my respect, you will gain a lot of other gamers' respect, and they will forgive you for your transgressions. Okay? That's what I'm saying to you. I know you might not be listening to this, but please do. All right, I'm trying to help you out here, okay? Well, I know. Let's see here. Whoa, 37 and a half minutes. That's a long time. So I'm gonna wrap it up. So I just had to get this off my chest because it's been bothering me for a while. And as a gamer and as a designer, as an artist, I really feel bothered by it because, like I said, if all this is not checked, if people keep doing this negative stuff, they're going to start censoring people, okay? And as an artist, if you censor someone, that is the biggest insult to any artist, especially those who design games. So I do not want it to come to pass, because if it does, I swear, things are going to get pretty messy. Okay? So, that's my word on that, and I think that'll be it for now. So please leave some comments and tell me what you think about this. And until next time, this is Nameless. Take care.